All right, welcome back to episode 3 of Cryptids and Critters. Today we're covering Mothman. So this should be fun.
Yeah, it should be, I don't know.
I've got sources right here, and we know a little bit about Mothman, but...
I mean, don't I really know is, he's...
protected a bridge.
No, he didn't protect a bridge. He
predicted it, right?
Predicted it or caused it, I don't know.
He really let himself go after that bridge.
I don't know, he fell off right after that. I don't know what happened.
So, okay. Let's get into it. When did Mothman first happen? It was supposedly spotted from November 15th of 1966 to December 15th of 1967. So about a span of a year. A little less than it, but still. From what I know already, and what they say it was a big owl, a big barn owl.
Yeah, that was either an owl or like what was it, a crane?
Yeah.
Or like it was like a bird, a big bird or something.
A heron or an owl.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like it was supposedly what people thought was just like a bird or something.
Which, I mean, makes sense.
Sure.
For how it was described. Especially for an owl, for how it was described.
Yeah.
Kind of sulking around, because owls kind of sulk when they walk.
Yeah, and then there's always a distinctive trait.
The kind of rounded...
No, it's the red eyes.
The red eyes? I don't know if their eyes glow back red.
On this, people eyes can't do that. People eyes
don't
reflect.
Human eyes don't have the membrane to do so.
Yeah.
Everything else does, for the most part.
Yeah.
That's what makes humans scary when you're in the jungle. You can't see the eye reflections.
Booty clapper.
Yes, so I just looked it up. When owls have light shined in their eyes in the dark, they usually reflect back a red or dark orange. Which does, it points to Mothman, but again, they're saying Mothman was about human-sized. Which would be a very big barn owl.
Pretty big
because barn owls aren't that big. Great horns aren't that big either.
Yeah, and also there's a chance of people seeing things are not there when they're panicking.
Or mistaking the owl for being much bigger than it actually was.
Yeah, exactly. So a panicky.
Because people do that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, what do you know about Mothman? I want to get this out of the way first.
Mothman is... Well, Mothman.
Okay.
Well, not for... Man, that is crazy.
Honestly.
That's great. I never knew who was, part Mothman, to be honest.
Or maybe just a big moth.
Honestly, yeah, you never know.
God, that'd be terrifying. Just a giant fluffy moth.
Moth.
See, there you have it, people. It's just an old discarded moth suit.
Maybe.
That would be funny. But, so is there anything that y'all know about Mothman that I might not? What are some of the big events?
Oh, well, there's always, I'm pretty sure every year they do, a
festival.
A festival for Mothman. You heard about that in Point Pleasant?
No.
Oh my God.
Okay, maybe, but it did slip my mind.
Yeah, it's in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. They have a statue of Mothman. And I think it's every year or something, they hold a celebration for him with Mothman themed activities.
That actually sounds really cool.
Like Mothman themed cookies. I know I saw that one. You saw that one, right?
Yeah. I kind of, that.
We should probably go there one day. I'm just saying.
Also, that'll be neat.
That would be cool.
It's not that far, too. It's just in Virginia. Is it West Virginia or Virginia?
It is in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
So not that far.
Yeah, it's not that far. So it'd be cool to go over there during the festival happening and see what's going on.
Yeah.
I think there was a Crypticon not too long ago.
I don't care about that.
In Rupp Arena. In Rupp Arena, so it's like...
Oh, I mean, have you seen the statue of the Mothman?
Yes, I actually have.
It actually looks pretty.
It looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool.
This might have a picture. No, it does not.
Yeah.
But there was a Batman versus Mothman thing. No, Origin of the Killer Moth. That's a different character. I think it was probably based off Mothman. So, from what I'm reading, the sightings, they're believed to have originated from out-of-migration sandhill cranes and herons.
Exactly. So. Yeah.
Which, again, for what Mothman, like how he's described,
Yeah. Kinda
it looks more like an owl to me. Because it's saying more rounded head, not some head on a stalk.
Yeah, but what kind of gets me is like as opposed to these effects that people have. These effects that people have after encountering a Mothman. Some
Really?
say they experience like supernatural stuff happening around them. You ever seen that one? Heard about him?
I think I did.
Yeah, there's like multiple things saying whether he's like an alien or like a bird, or could be like an actual like supernatural like being.
Like a paranormal event or something like that.
So I'm like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Oh, funny thing is, due to the popularity of Batman, so due to the popularity of a certain comic of Batman, that's where the name Mothman came from.
Oh no, shoot, for real?
Because the villain, the Killer Moth, influenced it. And it's like, that's probably why it was coined Mothman. And you gotta think this is the late 60s. Superhero comics were pretty big back then, actually. So it's like, I can see it happening.
True.
It's like, if you did something similar today, it would probably be named different. It wouldn't be Mothman.
No, depends the region. If you were to do it exact same thing in a region where
It would be Mothman, yes.
Yeah, you have to depend on the region you're doing it in.
But now people know about Mothman, so like you do it anywhere, they're gonna think it's Mothman.
Yeah, that kind of depends where.
So one of the descriptions was a slender, muscular man. That, not gonna lie, does kind of sound like a crane if you dumb it down enough.
Yeah, well, I would say it could be crane, but I'm not sure.
A slender, muscular man. That is, about 7 feet tall with white wings.
It sounds about right.
Yes.
That sounds just like a super villain at this point. So its description, right, is large black. Okay, so here's another one. Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mattel, I think, told police that they had seen a large black creature whose eyes glowed red standing near the side of the road near the TNT area. I'm pretty sure this was near a...
Trying to predict the future again, bro.
Yeah,
it was a wildlife management area.
That's where the first sighting happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that one. Yeah, I know that one.
The site of a former World War II munitions plant. So Linda Scarberry described it as a slender, muscular man about 7 feet tall with white wings. She said she was unable to discern its face due to the eyes. The hypnotic effect of the eyes. So we already got hypnosis.
Could possibly hypnosis,
possible
or
hypnosis.
just could be someone not thinking straight.
Yeah, because I mean,
You
humanoid figure
see a pair of red eyes out of nowhere. It's like, oh,
that's nearly as tall as you.
yeah.
I mean, if it's a bird, birds have always freaked us out if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's got 2 legs, feathers. It's not us. It's taller than us.
Probably tastes good.
The big birds, like emus and ostriches.
Yeah.
Phew, scary. So, distressed, the witnesses drove away at high speeds and said the creature flew after their car, making screeching sounds. It pursued them as far as the Pleasant Point city limits.
Yeah.
To me, that sounds like an angry owl.
Yeah.
A big angry owl.
Bro.
But God, imagine being in that car and just hearing these screeches from behind you.
Oh, did they even look back?
They probably did.
I would. I don't know about you.
The driver's definitely flooring it.
Yeah.
They ain't looking back, but everyone else in the car is screaming and looking back at this big figure just screeching at them as it flies behind them. God, now when you dumb it down, it sounds kind of like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Which makes it funnier because it actually kind of happened. Because something had to have chased them. It may not be Mothman, but it's still funnier to think it's like a bird, just a big bird that chased them around, in my opinion. But it would be terrifying if it was this 7-foot tall, slender, muscular man with white wings chasing them around.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, wasn't there any damage to the car or anything?
I don't think so. It doesn't say anything from what I'm reading.
Yeah, because I would say if it was like, I would consider attacking the car, and if it was attacking the car, I would expect some damage on it too.
Yeah. I mean, there may have been. There may have been scratches.
Maybe, but if not, then I'm like,
But, I mean, they did hit it at that, so
I know.
you wouldn't have a body. And owls do tend to hit cars a lot. That's one big thing I know. Especially great horns because they're so aggressive.
Yeah, so.
Because a great horn will take your cat from you. Right off the front porch. So during the next few days, other people reported similar sightings. 2 volunteer firemen said who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. So the sheriff, Madison County Sheriff George Johnson, believed it to be a unusually large heron. He termed a shitepoke. Contractor Noel Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flat sight at a creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors. Additionally, he had blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. If that doesn't sound like an unusually large owl, which is terrifying to think about, a 3-foot tall owl. Because, like, I'm pretty sure they said it was a barn owl that was like, oh, this is a really big barn owl. I heard somewhere 3 foot, and I'm like, wait, what? That could take a small child if it wanted to. That is like, there are birds in history that have got that big. None of them have been owls. Owls fly silent. So, just something that big flying that silent is not. No, I don't want to think about that.
Exactly.
But in fact, if it's a wild animal, they got to reproduce. There's a genetic chance of gigantism.
Big owls.
Big owls, and if they take hold as a species, it's done. It's done for West Virginia. You just gotta burn the place. Shoot all those things. A 7-foot wingspan, which I don't think is that.
7-foot wingspan. So it's.
I'm not sure if that's because albatrosses have a 15-foot wingspan, but they aren't that big.
But again, this is just like, supposedly
7-foot wingspan.
No one's actually like, saw one in like broad daylight stretch out its wings.
And just like come over there with a measuring tape.
So, to a wildlife biologist, Robert L. Smith at the University of West Virginia told reporters that descriptions and sightings all fit the sandhill crane, a large American crane, almost as tall as a man with a 7-foot wingspan. Featuring reddish, like circles of reddish coloring around the eyes. The bird may have wandered out of its migration route, therefore it was unrecognizable, and it was not in its native region. To be honest, it sounds more like an owl.
Oh, no, I still think it's a crane. Possible.
The screeching is what makes me think an owl, because cranes don't screech.
But I'm going back to this. Then again, they probably weren't thinking straight.
Good point. It might have just been the tires.
Could have
been the tires, but I don't really see a crane pursuing anybody. An owl, I think I've actually heard of owls like going after people and going after cars to protect their nest. So maybe the first sighting, maybe the first sighting was just a really angry barn owl or great horned owl. Yeah. And because they actually may fit great horned owls better because of like the whitish wings, they're grayish color. So like great horned owls can get pretty big with whitish white wings. That kind of does sound like a great horned owl now I think about it. One of the gray ones, at least. So maybe the first sighting is just one of them that protecting its nest. She like puffs up and just starts chasing this car.
That makes sense though, right? Yeah.
And then the other sightings like as tall as a man.
Could have been like, people want to join into the whole
Mothman.
Whole Mothman story going on.
And it's just like, there's just this one sandhill crane that's just out there.
Just chilling.
Just chilling, not even knowing where it is. Just sitting there. Like, oh. And he gets kind of like portrayed as Mothman, even though the first sighting was of an owl. Which makes sense if you think about it, that she would just protect her nest, or he would protect his nest, because I think they're both parents are involved. Which wouldn't be weird if it was only one parent there, but again, one might be out hunting.
Did you say it was like on the side of the road though?
It was near a wildlife management plant, a wildlife management area, which makes it even more sense. Hold on, let me look it up. Found in.
Oh, I just search up the Silver Bridge disaster.
So, okay. Most common owl in West Virginia is the barred owl, which is tiny. But some other common owls include the north saw owl, the great horned owl, and the eastern screech owl.
Screech?
Yeah, so the screech owl might have been it.
But how big is it though?
How big? I mean, but all owls can screech. But like screech owls are the most known for. They're literally named after how big is a screech owl. They're tiny.
Oh well.
They're absolutely tiny. They're like 5.8 ounces average. Great horned owls can get up to 3 pounds. I've seen one in person. They don't look 3 pounds. They look like 7, 8 pounds. They big. So they have a normal wingspan of about 4.6 feet. Generally, the highest ones can get up to is like 3.8 on record. So an abnormally large one isn't out of the possibility. Which is terrifying because they are mean.
Yeah.
They are the meanest owls. I'm pretty sure in captivity they still are really mean. They grow up to 19 to 35 inches. Which, when you think about it, it's not that big. That's like a foot to 2.5 foot tall. Which actually does line up for like a 3 foot, because that's what I heard. Like I was watching something, I heard quite some bit of time ago, there's like some 3 foot figure skulking around, and it's like, wait. And they nearly grow 3 foot.
Could have been out.
Wait, yeah, it's just under 3 foot. The largest ones get up to about under 3 foot tall. So, I mean, just a big one and a normally large one. Or just a normal size, like, large great horned owl could just be a Mothman. The original sighting. Or it's just a really angry sandhill crane. Like, there is that possibility. So, the bridge disaster?
Yeah.
I think it talks about it.
This one kind of find it kind of interesting because.
So the bridge disaster, the bridge. I might have to look it up, but like I'm trying to look for it.
Pretty sure it was like.
Huh! I'm pretty sure that there are sightings of Mothman in Chicago.
Supposedly.
Wait, no.
I was like,
55 sightings. They're doing a research.
Whether like someone predicted, like someone said like Mothman came to them and said that the bridge will fall.
No.
And no,
I don't know. The one I know is here's give me it real quick.
Oh. What is it?
No, here, give me it. I got
No,
you.
I'm searching up. The what disaster? The bridge to the.
The Silver Bridge disaster.
Silver Bridge collapse. Okay, so Silver Bridge, it collapsed when? The aftermath. The records analysis. So, December 15th of 1967, it collapsed.
Which was also the last sighting of Mothman.
Yes, it was.
So after that bridge collapsed, he kind of fell off.
Which is not completely true. Like it's okay. Legacy. So I think it's a lot to do. Right now, I'm reading. Yes, alleged sighting in pop culture. An author, the prophecies of the Mothman prophecies for it, author John Keel linked the Silver Bridge collapse to alleged sightings of Mothman. Which, yes, they do line up, but we don't know. I'm trying to look.
That's why I say, give me, I got you. I know. I used to do it.
Oh God, the Mothman prophecies, that ain't.
So what basically happened on this bridge is people saw what looked like to be Mothman. People supposedly saw Mothman right before the bridge collapsed. And people are speculating whether or not he was the one who caused it or predicted it. Because as soon as he arrived, or around that time frame where he arrived, the bridge just collapsed.
So, the bridge collapse was rebuilt in 1969 with another bridge, the Silver Memorial Bridge. It'd be funny if it collapsed. And you just saw a big moth.
Exactly. But then again, I find it kind of weird that the sighting supposedly kind of
lines up.
Fell off right after the bridge collapsed. Because I don't know, it could be people
seeing things.
Could be, I was thinking it was.
But also, it wasn't author that spurred it on, though.
No, I will say this: it could be. Could have been people weren't really it could be just a joke this whole entire time, and people just suddenly stopped joking about it because something bad happened in their town. So they're probably you know what? I think we should just joke around with this.
Yeah. So.
But then again, they're making a whole festival around Mothman too. Okay. So I wouldn't really believe about that.
So a little thing with pop culture with Mothman, the creature was introduced to a wider audience in 1970 by Gray Baker, and was later popularized by John Keel in his book, The Mothman Prophecies, which links the collapse of Silver Bridge show. But again, it's weird that it's the same day that the bridge collapses, Mothman doesn't appear. Mothman stops appearing after that. Which there may have been an owl or a sandhill crane that was on the bridge, said to be Mothman, bridge collapsed, and he just... Or he just killed the bird. We didn't see the bird, and it just died because the bridge collapsed on it.
No, this one looks like it flying away.
It flying away. So maybe it just scared it off.
Yeah, probably. He's I just throw my home. Deuces.
But the thing is, it was near the TNT point, so I don't know why it's hanging out at the bridge.
I'm saying that could have been just the one same animal. Could be just multiple different ones.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it's a great horned owl, then it was probably multiple different animals. Sandhill crane would have to be one because they're not native to West Virginia, I don't think. And for the longest time, I thought sandhill cranes were Asian. They really are weird for an American species. Yeah. Because there's red crown cranes. That's the one I always get them confused with. So, oh my God. So, following the December 5th collapse of Silver Bridge and the death of 47 people,
Yeah.
So Silver Ridge killed 47 people.
Yeah, it was bad.
The incident gave rise to the legend of Mothman connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge collapse. Huh. Okay. According to a Georgian newspaper, I don't know how to read that. It's Slavic. Russian UFOologists claimed Mothman sightings in Moscow foreshadowed the 1999 Russian apartment bombings. So Mothman isn't just West Virginia, which makes me think it's an owl. It really does, because we have great horned owls here in West Virginia, and in Russia they have eagle owls, which are just as big.
But at the same time, it's kind of weird that, supposedly the same thing happened. Something appeared right before the big disaster. Then,
but it's in 1999
exactly
in Russia, which it's weird. Let's be honest.
It's kind of weird
that it got behind the Iron Curtain. But this is after the Iron Curtain lifted. But I'm just gonna say it's probably an owl.
Yeah,
I'm very skeptical. Yeah. It is fun, just go along with it, though. Yeah. So, okay, analysis. At least 100 people in the unusual state that through the year of 66 to 67, Mothman reports usually state that at least 100 people saw Mothman, with many more afraid to report their sightings. But observations that written sources for such stories consisted of children's books with sensationalized or undocumented accounts that failed to quote identifiable persons. So the folklorologist Juan Henry Bovin, I'm just going to call him Juan. Juan found elements common among many Mothman reports as much older folk tales, suggesting something real may have triggered the scares and become woven into the existing folklore. So, sightings of barred owls, they're saying barred owls could be a possibility, or a misidentified great blue heron. They're saying, so our possibilities are misidentified sandhill crane, primarily due to size of the bird as well as the reddish flesh around its eyes. In cases where eye shine was not noted, yes. But again, they're saying glowy and flesh don't glow. Well, their flesh doesn't glow. It's statistically more accurate that a great blue heron was seen. But again, there's also may be attributing to owls, barred owls specifically. Which, these are the big guys. Hold on. These are some big ones. So barred owl or Strixes verata, I don't know. So they're also known as the northern barred owl, striped owl, or informally hood owl or hooter owl. I'm guessing they hoot 8 times. So they are let's hope this plays. Okay, it's not playing. It's a vocalization. So possibly it could be a barred owl. So yes, there is a festival, and it happens. The first annual one was held in 2002. there was a just brainstorming across the local legacy of the town. Average attendance is estimated to be 10 to 12,000 people per year.
Hey, not bad. Shit.
A 12-foot tall metallic statue of the creature created by artist and sculptor Bob Roach was unveiled in
Mr. Roach. Mr. Roach.
Was unveiled in 2003. The Mothman Museum and Research Center opened in 2005. That's funny. So it's 18 years. The festival is held on the third week of every September, hosting guest speakers, vendor exhibits, pancake eating contests, and hayride tours of local notable areas. That sounds like a blast. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds awesome.
That sounds kind of fun.
Pancake eating contests?
I'm winning that.
I winning that. No.
Maybe eventually we'll get a video out where we just kind of vlog it and we have 3 different perspectives.
So when does it
It's every third weekend of every. It's held on the third weekend of every September.
Dang.
We'll be in college by that time.
Yeah.
But if we get our work done for that weekend, it's just West Virginia. We can take a plane over there and just.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
Third weekend every September.
That actually does sound really fun.
That sounds really fun, to be honest. I mean, this is one cryptid that I actually kind of like because there's like a whole thing around it.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of them are like just a cryptid you see on TV.
Yeah.
You have Bigfoot with a show.
Yeah, but like
Loch Ness Monster with a show, and then you have Mothman with a whole festival.
the whole festival going on and everything too. It's like it sounds pretty fun.
It does. It's like there's an acknowledgement that it's probably fake.
I mean, I don't care.
But it's like you don't care. It's the whole story.
Exactly. It's like it's really interesting, and I just like the fact that people put like a whole like festival out for this Mothman. It's just really fun.
Yeah. So, if I'm gonna be honest, let's just say, is it legend or living? This should be easy.
Probably
living. In here, you know.
Well, so it's not really a hoax. We can tell you that. It's probably just misidentification.
Yeah.
Which led to one of the greatest things ever with a festival.
Yeah, honestly, for real. Yeah. They have a whole statue with the
whole statue.
It's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure it's based off like the slender, muscular man with white wings.
Such a
okay, Mothman statue.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Fallout 76, but we're not gonna look at that right now. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I love it. I love it so much.
It's just right there.
Yeah, just zoom in real quick. So we're gonna try and show y'all this because it is just absolutely amazing.
Can you say it in?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can say it in, but yes.
So it is based off the account. It's very much just a man with a moth head and wings.
Basically, a muscular man with moth features, basically.
Yeah.
Which is really funny to think about. So, this is a legend. You can obviously tell it's a legend. There's things of UFO sightings. So, let me leave you with this.
Yeah,
including
this story gets kind of
premonitions of the premonitions of the bridge collapse. So Gill claimed that Point Pleasant residents experienced precognitions, including premonitions of the bridge collapse, of the collapsed Silver Bridge, UFO sightings, visits from inhuman or threatening men in black, and other phenomenon.
See, that's
John Gill really made this a cryptid. He really said Mothman. All right, let's go with Mothman. Let's make this thing a supernatural beast, a cryptid, which I think is really funny that it's just like one guy making the legend of Mothman stories, and it's like, okay, we now have a new cryptid because of one guy popularizing it.
Yeah, but that's
and kind of lying if you think about it.
No, to me, the whole like aliens and UFO. I think that's where it kind of gets
it starts getting shaky.
Yeah, I kind of like it to keep it where, you know, it's like...
It's just a really angry owl and a sandhill crane that's really lost.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of funny. But at the same time, it's like, what if it was actually just like a
Mothman.
A mutated moth that took on human characteristics.
Just a big moth, like we said.
Or it's just one dude who partially made...
He's one dude doing the whole prank.
One dude who's doing the whole prank, and it's like he's got this...
Which I don't know how.
Because I think Mothra had actually came out in theaters at that point.
No, but
it had came out, so it's like this one dude who made his own suit just to pull a prank of like put the head on, the wings on, and just start running at people.
But also, it ran out of car too. So I don't know
it flew after a car.
It flew after a car. So at that point,
it's not a dude. Let's be honest. It's probably just a really angry owl.
Yeah.
And I would go to say it's great horn just because of size. A great horn with a really unusually large wingspan.
Yeah.
But also, again, being afraid can make something look very big. So, thank you for tuning in. This episode of Cryptids and Critters was about Mothman.
Yeah.
We figured out that it's probably just a really angry bird or a really lost bird. Or both. Or very much both. Just a really angry crane. So, what are your opinions going now? That festival looks good.
That festival looks nice. You know, I can't go to that festival. I'm not gonna lie.
So, next episode, I think it's supposed to be the Flatwoods Monster.
Flowers, yeah.
So that one will take some research. Sorry for the hiatus. We're not sorry. We are not sorry. I don't know why I said that. But, anyway, thank you for tuning in. This has been Cryptids and Critters. Cryptids and Critters, signing off.